perfect, perfect, perfect. So I have to say thank you, Big Love Band, as always. The music is always good. And thank you, John, for that introduction. My name is Melissa Arterberry, and I am grateful to be here as a guest speaker at my spiritual home. I have to breathe because that will bring me to tears. The spiritual home has changed my life in many ways, and part of that change is me standing here in front of all of you. So we have had an opportunity to rise up and dance. I may need a lesson on this, Cassie. There it is. Rise up and dance and celebrate in gratitude and thanks to our Big Love Band music. And so to celebrate in gratitude, I want to take a moment and just connect with all of you from my heart space to yours in appreciation for your presence here today. So thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you for your presence. Each and every one of us are the light of God, the light of our Creator, by any and all names that we may know it. I am appreciative to be here with all of you and everyone watching online. This expansion of appreciation brings us to our theme this month, which is abundance. And Science of Mind teaches us that abundance is our birthright, beloveds. Our founder, Ernest Holmes, writes in Living the Science of Mind text on page 133, I am abundance, swallowing up all lack. I am your real self. Did you hear that? I'm going to repeat it. I am abundance, swallowing up all lack. I am your real self. This means, beloveds, that God is not outside of ourselves, but within us. We are not separate in any way from our Creator. We were told last week that the kingdom of God is within us. I am here to remind us today that it delights our Creator to give us the kingdom. Holmes goes on to write on page 403 of this same text, it is intended that we should be happy. It is meant that we should live to the full, that we should sing and dance and be glad, that we should love and be loved. Beloveds, the invitation is that we would rise up and dance, celebrate in gratitude our abundance. I find it so delightful that I would have a picture that I've risen up on this huge rock. This picture was just taken before I left from Michigan to come back home here to Florida. I did not know what the topic would be for this week, but Spirit did. When we say yes to Spirit, beloveds, everything unfolds in the perfect way and in the perfect time. Beloveds, when we say yes to our abundance, we are aligned with our true self, with our real self. It not only benefits us, I believe it benefits our world because we're showing up as the highest version of ourselves. Say yes to your abundance, beloveds. I have also found that for me to consistently turn inward to the kingdom, for me to consistently say yes to love, to peace, to balance, to harmony, to open-mindedness, to prosperity, to unity, to wholeness, for me to maintain a high vibration of all of that abundance, it is necessary that I have a gratitude practice. Today, I am calling that practice the recipe for gratitude. It is perfect for our Thanksgiving holiday. And so I will read through it for those of you that cannot see it completely or those online. Number 1 is to express gratitude through journaling daily, preferably in the morning, to start our day in a high vibration. To meditate in gratitude, feeling the emotion of appreciation for a minimum of 10 minutes daily. 3 is to express verbal gratitude to at least 3 beloveds daily. 4 being to pray an affirmative 5-step prayer, what we call a treatment here. I was also gifted a download by Spirit. I believe it was on the 14th this month. I was sitting on my couch, relaxing, decompressing, and words started to flow. And so I wrote them down, and it turns out to be a treatment or a meditation, and I have some copies available if anyone would be interested in a gratitude treatment or meditation. You can see me afterwards for that. So, number 5, share with a partner, a friend, nightly gratitude before drifting off to a peaceful sleep. My husband and I actually have that practice, and I think it has helped us share a mindset of wanting to put our focus on appreciation, which helps us both to stay in that high vibration together. Number 6, express gratitude by a financial commitment to an organization that promotes a cause you love, such as our beloved Center for Spiritual Living, Cape Coral. Number 7, share your gifts and talents freely by volunteering where Spirit leads you. Number 8, engage in activities regularly that are uplifting to you, like reading and dancing, singing, walking in nature, engaging with other like-minded beloveds to have fun and enjoy life. Number 9, when hearing a low vibrational story, instead of perpetuating it, like we might say, that sucks, create a new response and just say, blessed be. For we know not what miracle is yet to be revealed from that experience. What a beautiful song. The band reminded us of that. Number 10, practice affirmations that fuel the feeling of appreciation, such as, everything is always working out for me, and Spirit has my back. Yes. For those of you that have a gratitude practice, a recipe for gratitude, fantastic. And maybe you can find something from this recipe to add to your own. For those of you that do not have a recipe for gratitude, I highly recommend you begin one. Play with this recipe for the next 30 days. Take some things out, add some things to it, make it your own, just as you would any recipe. And beloveds, I know you will experience more gratitude, more to be appreciative of, because we know that whatever we put our attention on expands. And why is that? Does anybody want to ask why? Thank you. I'm used to facilitating groups, and it's an exchange, right? So it's kind of hard to just do a talk and not have some interaction, so thank you. Why is that? That is because we know there's a law. There's a law of creation, and it's also called, in popular terms, the law of attraction. So whatever we put into that law, it comes back to us magnified. It is an invisible law. It is impersonal. And it simply says yes. Yes, yes, yes. So again, when we come from that high vibration of abundance, that law gives us more abundance. When we put in appreciation, we have more to be appreciative of. It is made manifest in our lives. That's how we are creating, beloveds. Consciously or unconsciously, the law is at work. If you want to change your thinking, to change your life, as Ernest Holmes tells us, become intentional about the vibration, the feelings you are giving energy to. Yes. It's important that we know that when we align from this place of divine alignment, of our abundance, that we are actually seeing life through the lens of spirit. Spirit is always high vibrational, beloveds. Spirit does not see life as a problem. I can, and I have. When we are seeing life through the lens of spirit, we are knowing everything's in divine right order. We're in the flow of life. We see opportunity after opportunity. We see life as a gift. Interesting that right now in the present, it is a gift. And when I am seeing life through the lens of the body, I see challenges, maybe. I see problems, maybe. I see tragedies, maybe. I know personally, again, I have seen life through the lens of the body. And so it is very important that we know the path back to gratitude when we leave it. Gratitude is always here, beloveds. Love is always here. Peace is always here for our choosing. It is always on the buffet. What are you choosing? I had an experience that I labeled a tragedy. I've had heartbreak. I have felt powerless, meaning I have felt disconnected from the truth of me. And so while the most direct path to gratitude is gratitude when we leave it, to come back to putting our attention on the truth that is within us. And sometimes that step feels like a huge leap that is hard to make when we're in the depths of fear and sadness. And so I'm going to offer you 3 steps to break it down. Isn't there a song? 3 steps? Does anybody know that song? I know some of you know that song, right? Colette, yeah. So you're going to remember these 3 steps. Give me 3 steps. Thank you, Jeff. I knew I could rely on you. Fantastic, right? So the first step, beloveds, is to allow. We allow ourselves to feel all of our feelings. This is crucial because we have been taught that there are good feelings and what? There are bad feelings. I invite you to release that belief and take on a new belief that all feelings are good. Why? Does anybody want to know why? Why? They're all important because they give us information. Our feelings lead us to the thoughts and beliefs that are not serving us, that fuel low vibrational feelings. Back of every low vibrational feeling, there is a low vibrational thought and or belief that is feeding it. So once we become conscious of those low vibrational thoughts and feelings, guess what? We get to change them. We get to feel better, moving up that ladder from low vibration to high vibration. Second step Acceptance. Get on the acceptance train as quick as you can. Why? Because what we resist, thank you. What we resist, okay. The big book of AA has this to say. When I am disturbed, there is some person, some place, something, some situation, some fact of my life that is unacceptable to me. And I can find no serenity until I accept this person, this place, or this person, situation, this fact of my life, acceptable. I can have no serenity until I accept this person, place, or situation being exactly as it is supposed to be in this now moment. While we are here in the process of accepting, we can ask, how can I see this person differently? Do you all have a person? How can I see this person differently? How can I see the light of God in this person? It is there, beloveds. It may be covered up, but it is there. How can I see this situation differently? Does anybody have a situation? How can I see this situation differently? Then I invite you to ask, what is mine to do, if anything? What is mine to do, if anything? And in this place, we're being open-minded. We're trusting and being patient that as we ask, it will be revealed to us. Every time we ask, we receive, beloveds. Are we open and receptive? Are we seeing the messages? Because Spirit is always providing them to us. The third step then is being intentional and choosing gratitude, which will seem like a smaller step to take after we've taken the first two. I know this works for me, and I'm trusting and knowing it can work for all of you. As I had the experience on January 20th, 1991, when my brother Jeffrey made his transition at the young age of 16, unexpectedly and accidentally. I allowed myself to feel all the feelings, beloveds. I took time off of college, and I grieved with my family, not knowing if I would ever go back. I felt lost. I felt devastated. I was heartbroken. And those around me were feeling the same. I came to a place of acceptance because I wanted to feel better. I accepted that my brother had released his physical body, and I chose to believe in his eternalness. I chose to believe that he was more than a body. I chose to believe that he was an eternal soul, and I could continue to have a relationship with him. I put my attention on what I could be grateful for. And in his passing, I was grateful that the accident was caused by him only and no one else. I was grateful that our relationship could be cantankerous as we were 4 years apart and we had sibling rivalry. But that December, before his passing in January, we were getting along. I had come home from college and we had gone shopping, Christmas shopping together, and purchased gifts for our parents. I was grateful that no one else was hurt in the accident. I was grateful that he was at peace as his eternal soulful self, and I could still have a relationship with him. This process helped me when my mother made her transition when she passed 2.5 years ago. I was grateful that we had time with her, that I got to say everything I wanted to, and I felt complete. I was grateful that my dad allowed me to make some decisions with him regarding her care. I was grateful for the assisted living facility she moved to and for her hospice care. I was also grateful she was at peace as her eternal, soulful self, and I could still have a relationship with her. Oops, one too many. My brother gifts me with frogs. He had a frog collection, and everywhere I go, I see frogs. When we moved down here to Florida, the house we purchased, all the shutters were up. That's not necessarily very common. We're taking off shutters. The frogs, I think every frog in Florida was at our property, hanging out behind the shutters trying to stay cool. I'm like, Jeffrey's here. He's moved with us, and he's brought company. Every morning I wake and I say, thank you, Mom, thank you, Jeff, for all the delightful ways that you show up in my life. So yesterday I was shopping with my beloveds, Joy and Rita, and this shop had a case. It's a bookstore. It's a puzzle store, right? They have a bazillion frogs in the counter as you go up to check out. Why? Why are there frogs there? Jeffrey's with me. Can't go anywhere without him. Can't go anywhere. Can't go anywhere. On his 30th heavenly birthday, I woke up feeling playful. It's his birthday, and I said to him, you know, I've never asked you for a frog on any specific day. And I know it's your birthday, but I would love a frog today. I would love to celebrate your birthday, and you gift me a frog. And so it's kind of hard to see, but on this particular slide, at the very top in the middle, you see this yellow-green circle, and that is time and date stamped to show this was his actual birthday of June the 19th, 2021. And what had happened that morning after I had asked him to gift me a frog, of course I called my dad, my best friend. And I said, okay, you know, it's Jeff's birthday. And he's like, of course I know it's Jeff's birthday. I said, well, I've asked him to send me a frog today. Okay. And I'm sure he's like, okay, she's crazy, she's crazy, she's crazy. I'm sure it's not the first time, probably won't be the last. And around 10 o'clock, this is time stamped, just as it is date stamped, I went into this little kind of antique thrift store, and I'm going to the checkout, and I hear two women's voices, and I thought I heard the word frog. And so I'm inquisitive. And so I go around this shelving unit, and there are two beloveds standing there, the one holding this frog planter. And I cannot contain myself, and I burst out, that's my brother. He's communicating with me. And so we go into this conversation. I tell them the backstory, and this beloved's like, you take the frog. It's yours. And I politely declined. I told her if I took all the frogs, they would have me on hoarders. So I said, it resonated with you, so you keep it. But I would love it if you would do me the favor of taking a picture with me on this day, because this happens so much. People, I think, they maybe are thinking I'm making this up, right? Like, I just want a little bit of evidence for the masses to know I'm really not crazy. When we open ourselves up to the miracle, beloveds, the miracle happens. This experience happens with me now with my mother. It's kind of hard to tell, but this next big picture is a blue pig. I didn't know blue pigs existed. I had the honor to travel with my husband to France this fall. Not on my vision board. When we're in touch with our abundance, beloveds, it is made manifest in magical and delightful ways. He was working. I go out into the vast land of Lille, France, alone, and I go into a few shops, and I happen on this shop that has blue pigs. This one I could not resist. It's one of my favorite colors. And I took this picture on the bullet train from Lille, France to Paris, France. My mom always shows up as pigs, reminding me she is with me, she is well. Beloveds, I have a magnificent life. In every way today, it is because of these teachings and more, but gratitude is the path to abundance, beloveds. I have friends here that are like family. I did not have them on my vision board. Okay. We can manifest dreams and so much more through gratitude and appreciation. I know that God's will for me is perfect happiness. We're reminded of this in A Course in Miracles in Lesson 101. I would invite you to know this for yourself. The invitation is to repeat with me, if it feels right, together. God's will for me is perfect happiness. Again, God's will for me is perfect happiness. My favorite number is 3, so we're going to do it one more time. God's will for me is perfect happiness. And I'm going to leave you with this quote. I've just paraphrased just a little bit by our beloved founder. You know, he did say, be open at the top, so I have permission to do that. May we fast from the idea of lack and feast with the idea of plenty. May we fast from the idea of poverty and feast upon the belief in wealth, and most surely abstain from contemplating uncertainties and enter into a long and eternal period of feasting upon certainty. I would like to take us into prayer now. So just breathing in the abundance that is already within us, beloveds. Knowing there is one infinite supply. By all the names we may know it. God, Source, Creator, Higher Power. The names are endless. And yet we know it is that which is nameless, that which is incontainable. The abundance overflowing, eternal. I know that this one love, that it is in me, flowing through me and out as me now. And as I know this truth for myself, I know this truth for each and every beloved here and outside, beloved. I know that love is a constant supply, as I know prosperity is always available to us, wellness, oneness, peace, balance, and harmony. And I see each one of us accepting this truth more deeply and completely than ever before. Knowing this infinite intelligence is pulsating in every fiber of our being. We are led and guided and inspired as we are open and receptive to that source, that God that is us. So seeing each one of us practice appreciation more and more consistently, experiencing this magnificent life that is our spiritual birthright. We change the world. As intentional creators, we light up the world as the truth of our real self. And so with great gratitude and great appreciation for this opportunity to speak today, to remind each and every beloved that we are connected, we are united, we are one. We create a world that works for everyone. So I release this word into that creative law, knowing that it indeed is saying yes, yes, yes. We release it now, we let it go, we trust and relax. And please join me as we say, and so it is.